Installing. Please stand by.
So let's go to Anjew versus Blackened first, because they have some interesting maps. And let's start off with game number 1.
Battle control initialized.
Who I guess a lot of you will remember. It's once again an adaptation by Who Cares on a very famous map. Behind the curtain, and we have Mr. Anjew once again playing as Ukraine versus Mr. Blackened playing as France. So both of these players have put up a good show tonight so far. So let's hope they can provide that in this match as well. Which I bet should not be a problem for these boys. Hey, just some guy, are these replays or a live stream? Oh, so, well, your question has been answered already, but yes, these are the highlights from last week, so these are all replays. Alright, once again, Blackened going for War Factory first. He seems to be a big fan of War Factory first. And a pretty big investment in infantry, I would say. So he either has to not build the static defense, which he doesn't have right now, or not build a light vehicle, or after his 2 harvesters. Then he can make up for the investment that he made, which has already paid off, it seems, because he sniped the engineer by shooting the barrel. What a timing. Mission accomplished. So, very nice pressure from Blackened here. That is probably going to mean that Anjew isn't going to be aggressive pretty soon. Which is exactly what Blackened wants. And now he has his light tank up and running. He has secured 2 oils. So he's going to be in a very good position for a War Factory first build. Fortunately, that light tank isn't going to be as lucky as the rifleman. But at least he will prevent that oil from being capped so easily by Anjew. Seems like... oh no, it's 3 harvesters still. Alright, never mind. Alright, Blackened immediately trying to take out the oil that Anjew just has capped. And wow, we have a flame drop being prepared, ladies and gentlemen. There's the flame tower, there's the ref cell in order to make up for it, I'm assuming. And Blackened is just having fun. He's like, oh wow, I'm able to take this out. I'm not being contested. Great. This is the best start of my life. Oh, okay. There's a concrete wall coming up with the Rex to finish it off. Yep. Light tank is still having the time of his life. Anjew went in the meantime for that oil, and he's taking the safest route possible here, but it's not going to work out just because of that concrete wall. Oh wow, Anjew actually went for another engineer after losing the first one. Did manage to capture an oil back from Blackened, but Blackened is just going mass light tanks here. Went into 3 light tanks, and I think 2 Rexes before SD. Delaying the MCV a little bit here, still decent timing. In between 5 minutes. There's Anjew noticing the concrete wall. She's like, yeah, this flamers is going to be so good. It's going to be great. It's going to be... fuck. My one weakness. Alright, so now this is actually very hard for him, because Yeah, he's going to run. Oh, this flame drop is. Oh, he dodges the rockets, but Blackened is immediately warned. Where is he going? Does he have a flame tower prepared? Blackened, yeah, he has a pillbox ready, so he needs to micro the flame towers. Oh, he didn't micro them in time. He stopped for a second there. Still was able to take out an SD, but unfortunately not really on time. Has managed to get the MCV up. Well, actually, on a perfect timing. Yeah, this is going to fuck up his build. Never mind. That's still decent. It will prevent him from building tanks, which is... This is the perfect moment where you want to start building tanks right after your second MCV comes out. So this actually sucks for him. Okay, well in the meantime, there's the MCV from Anjew, minute 6, so not looking too well here, but he did make an extra investment in flame towers, flamethrowers as well. Let's have a look over at the combat tab. 12k, 13k for Blackened already, and 9k for Anjew. So already not looking great here. Seems like Blackened is going to sacrifice his light tanks. Ooh, nice scatter from Anjew there. Minimize the losses to crushes. Very nice. There's the main MCV move out as well. So Blackened, I think Blackened once again, I think he did this to Sigil as well or someone else, but Blackened is putting a lot of faith into these concrete walls. And it seems like Anjew is going to abuse that for sure. Alright, so we have a breeder for now. Alright, and everyone is just bringing up memories, that's great. Keep him busy, So Scared, you're doing great. You're doing great. I'll pay you after the stream. There's a nice scout from Anjew. It's going to allow him to prevent this flank from doing a lot of damage. And now he's preparing his own flank. He's going for the concrete walls. But, yep, he has made some noise in doing that. Ooh, and this engagement isn't going to work out for, I think, Blackened. But Anjew is also throwing away his tanks pretty much without his infantry backing them up. So never mind. He had 4 heavy tanks at his disposal there versus 4 light tanks. But he sent his heavy tanks so far forward that the infantry was just able to kill all those heavy tanks for free. RIP. Alright, Anjew still keeps his army there, which is still a threat. So let's see what Blackened is going to do. Is he going to send everything out, or is he going to keep something in the base just because he's a little bit scared, which I should be, or I would be. It seems like he's going to ignore it for now. Alright. It's really nice from Anjew. Anjew immediately recognized that this was the army that was sitting into the main base earlier, so he now knows that this is pretty vulnerable, and he immediately goes in. Not a lot of rockets there, but enough to do the damage. Fortunately, no more new scouts from... Wait, actually Anjew knew that was here. His army got cleaned up. Eesh, okay. So, yeah, he's going to lose this entire expansion. Just because of the lack of scouting, everyone, basically. Keep that in mind. get that as well, but this once again goes to show how important it is. And I think the best thing you can teach yourself is re-scouting after they got killed. I think that's one of the things that I even forget about even more. Alright. Huge concave from Blackened with nice defenses here. Should be able to clean this up. And he will. Meanwhile, Anjew is pushing forward with the MCV that he kept alive, but he's now in danger of losing it along with a War Factory. He should be able to make it in time, but he might. Okay. Blackened is going to build. Anjew wasn't even trying to repair, but there we go. So he's going to be fine for now. He did lose his entire eco, because most of his patches that he has now are mined out. Main MCV is still in the base, so could potentially go out and claim this patch if he needs to, and he definitely will need it. But all of a sudden it has now shifted into Blackened's favor, and this small encampment is going to be overwhelmed. They're going to be attacked from 3 sides here, with massive infantry coming in from the left side, and a huge blob with tanks and infantry coming in from the right side. But it seems like this MCV might be able to get away if he reacts now. Yep. Oh no, he sold it off. Okay, well. Yikes. But that's a War Factory down, the second one. And pretty much all of the eco, well. Interesting that he kept that alive. Yep, Anjew immediately is going to abuse that. Very smart. That is the one thing that is going to keep him a little bit longer in the game and giving him the time he needs to maybe expand towards the south to maintain his production. Because he's going to need it at this point. Lots of tanks from Blackened here. Tanks from Anjew are not in position, so the army on the north side is going to be melted. Can he turn it around on this side? No, the tank dies as well, leaving them without soakers. And look how much damage this army is inflicting from Blackened. Nice tank positioning from Blackened in this engagement. Kept his army alive very well. Let's have a look at the stats right now. 8k is Blackened ahead right now. Keeping his medium tanks alive. Let's see if he sends them to the SD as well. Yes, very nice. Very nice. So yeah, not looking great here for Anjew. Luckily, he still has that rev. Using it to the fullest. He's preparing an attack of his own right now, and it might be pretty good. That is a double mine expansion with an oil, 2 harvesters. Might work out here. Well, but that army is probably also going to die. From the looks of it. Nice split of his army. Blackened is doing the same thing, but that army is still in trouble, even though it has been split off. Tanks are not in a good position to defend here, and the infantry is getting destroyed. Same result is on this side, and wow, that was most of Anjew's army getting completely cleaned up, and there's the GG along with it. Wow, what a first game that was. Well done by Blackened. Pretty good fight that Anjew put up as well. But Blackened came out on top. And let's go over straight to Tiberian, which is one of my favorite maps as well. I really like this map. Pretty much I like the tile set, I would say. Hasn't been used that much by the community. They usually go for meadow or desert. But yeah, game number 2 between Blackened and Anjew. Blackened spawning in the top left, playing as Britain, and Anjew playing in the bottom right, playing as Ukraine. One of Widow's fine pieces? I think so too. I like this map. I also like the fact that he tried to go for something different in the middle, not always a neutral building, like not always a communication center or a hospital or an extra oil. Just an open field full of barrels, and I have had a lot of fun on this middle with the barrels. There was one time I think where I rushed, I was playing allies, I rushed radar dome just for fun, straight into a helipad, and I killed, I'm not sure who it was, but I killed someone's entire main army with one Black Hawk by just shooting all of the barrels. That was pretty fun, not gonna lie. But anyways, let's get back to the game. We have Blackened going for double ref, and it seems like Anjew is going to do the same thing. So they are both going for that early pressure, and Anjew is going for that extra spice, or should I say extra cheese. Going for those 3 grins early on to go for a EP snipe. There's a scout from Blackened, so he now knows where Anjew is. Well, most of it. Anjew is a little bit on the late side here. This is something that I really do not like that players do. Oh, interesting. Anjew is going for the oils first. So he's going to give away his position and the fact that he has 3 grins. Blackened immediately is going to respond with 2 rifles. But I think he's going to keep them safe to fight another day. Very interesting. Well, it is pretty efficient, especially on this map. And also pretty risk-free, I would say. There's very little cases where people actually put a rifleman up there to defend because it's so far back in your main base, but there's the scout from Anjew. He's going to find that army. Where are Blackened's rocket soldiers? On the late side. Didn't even bother to build them, seems. There's the light tank from Blackened. Okay, seems like Anjew went for a flak. Could have been very good if he went for an APC over here, but obviously he couldn't have known. And the 2 medics are going to work out just fine in order to soak this flak damage. Well, unless he's going to move. And obviously the flak provides extra vision, so he's going to be melted regardless. Going to need the support of his light tank very soon here, otherwise the medics are not going to be able to hold on any longer, sir. Well, that's unfortunate. But it was looking very grim to begin with the moment Anjew started that engagement. Takes out the oil as well, and the grins have arrived at the perfect timing to kill off the oil. And now Blackened has 0 oils. And Anjew still has 2, so very weird early pressure, I would say. Normally it's like very common to see players go for the opponent's oils in the middle, especially on this map. But Anjew ignored that completely up until when he had his war factory up and running. And for some reason, Blackened didn't have rocket soldiers, because otherwise that fight would have looked completely different. En heeft een schat. Ja, laat dan ook los. Dat gaat toch ook niet, jongen? Fuck! Thank you. Alright, MCV timing from Anjew, once again a little bit on the late side, minute 5. Same could be said for Blackened as well, he's even on the later side here. He went for a medium tank first. I'm not sure that it was necessary, but we're going to have all the time in the world so far. Let's switch over to the combat tab. And we can see here that Anjew is, yeah, definitely after that engagement here, pretty far ahead. The A-team. Man, that brings back memories. Isle of the Lion. Man, you guys are bringing back like old maps, stuff like that. Let's hope that the maps become a little bit less stale in the upcoming seasons. But that first map from Pink Dot was actually looking very promising, not gonna lie. That was looking good. Yeah, I could say keep it up, Pink Dot. You're actually doing a very awesome job with making maps. And this may sound like I'm a daddy, but it's like, I've always knew you had it in you, son. I always knew it. I mean, when you sent me the map for the Dark Tournament, the Morning Palace, man, that was so fucking insane. I was like, why is this man not making more? He's going to be amazing at doing it. Alright, well, Anjew is doing a very good job keeping the pressure alive. There is Blackened with the main MCV, also a little bit on the late side here, I would say. But Anjew hasn't tried to deny it, so it's all good. Oh, I like the idea, but it might be a risky play. If Anjew knows about this, he might go in and try to go for the main and then stumbles upon this MCV. And he does see the scout. Yep, and he's immediately going to check it out, just like I said. But Blackened is like, shit, there was a scout, so he's immediately going to go back to reinforce that position. And meanwhile, Anjew is setting up a flank as well, and this flank could hurt, but Blackened has a feeling that something is up. And his hunch was right. And that's a very strong army from Anjew, so hopefully Blackened doesn't just throw away his tanks like that, because his tanks are now the key to win this engagement. But look at this concave from Anjew, and Blackened is actually taking the initiative here. Oh, he did snipe the heavy tank, the only heavy tank from Anjew, but his medium tank is also very low. Regardless, Anjew is going to retreat after losing all of his tanks. And now the battle is unfolding on the right side at the perfect timing. Unfortunately, the medium tanks from Blackened are not in a good position here. And Anjew's tanks were in a perfect position. And that outcome was also perfect for Anjew as well. But now infantry is going face forward into 3 pillboxes. Luckily, because of the harvesters, the tanks are able to catch up. Still, the tanks are in a very rough position. Pillboxes are very nicely lined up here to deal with the infantry. And Anjew has to retreat after taking a very huge loss here. But he has teched up to Raider Dome and has a second War Factory out. So this could mean trouble for Blackened. Meanwhile, he's going to try and flank again. He wants to deal some damage to these harvesters, which he will be able to. It's very hard to keep this expansion safe with just static defenses. I mean, you can, but you might end up denying some of your ore to regrow because of the positioning of your static defenses. Meanwhile, Blackened is going to try and go for the same idea, but Anjew once again has a scout ready to sniff it out. And there is Anjew going straight onto the main, which is completely undefended. Finds the SD at first, going straight for the SD. Let's see if he's going to go for more, because I think Blackened has, at this point, yep, has given green light to this army. 2 harvesters immediately go down. There's the third one. Anjew pulls back in time. I think like Anjew, according to the minimap, has retreated his attack onto the main base from Blackened. Blackened is going to do the same here, but Blackened did some very nice damage Killing 2 harvesters there. But Anjew is still ahead with a bigger army here. 10k difference right now. And he teched up immediately to tier 3 as well. Yikes. Not looking good for Blackened. A nice decision from Anjew to go for tier 3. Probably has a feeling that he's really far ahead. So he can definitely afford it to go for tier 3. Meanwhile, he's base pushing as well to deny Blackened to expand here any further, so he can use this expansion to himself. Oh, talking about tier 3 and once again talking about demo trucks. Man, this is the second demo truck this evening. What a time to be casting tonight. Holy shit. Yes, Pink Dot, I see it. I see it, buddy. And it has the potential to be pretty good. Unless if it's going straight into 3 pillboxes where he actually knows that they are there. But he probably thinks that there's still an army there. And didn't kill Jack Shizzle. Meanwhile, Blackened is making a comeback here, crushing most of Anjew's army that was trying to go for a flank. And they got completely destroyed. And now all of a sudden Anjew was at a 10k difference earlier in his advantage. And now all of a sudden it has shifted to Blackened being ahead with a minor 2k lead. But Anjew still has that tech. But let's hope he doesn't throw it away just like that with the nuke truck. And here is the first mammoth coming into place. Having a blind date with the medium tank. Coming to say hello. Immediately almost takes out like 50% there. Hi there. But it seems like, well, he's still going to be fine for now, but it seems like Blackened's eco isn't looking great. Yeah, he's 4 harvesters, has almost no cash, and he has 2 war factories going. But yeah, eco not looking great here. So if he doesn't restore his eco pretty soon, then Anjew is just going to outproduce him here, because Anjew has all the map control, and Blackened hasn't really made use of this terrain so far. No one has actually. Should have used this to his advantage because this area has been deserted by both players for quite some time. It seems like it's going to be time for the Yak V2 combo. No, it's going to be a Yak demolition truck combo. That also works. And now the army is in the position where Anjew wanted it to be in the first place. So the demo truck is about to pop out. And it seems like he's just carefully planning ahead here. Yep, the light tanks, which are probably the only threat for this demo truck. And this demo truck is going to cause havoc. This is the one that he wanted. And that entire army just vanished in front of our eyes like a flashbang. And that was jackpot, ladies and gentlemen, right there. And he didn't really need to do anything for that. Just send nuke truck forward. Oh my god. And the MCV from Blackened here is not looking well. What the fuck is up with my... I can feel it. I can even feel it in my game. And I don't know why. My CPU is being used for 18%. Very strange. Alright, let's hope that I can fix it next game. It seems like it's over. I'm not sure what's causing it actually. I hope it's my graphics card because it needs to be updated. But oh, wow. How long has that medium tank been sitting here? Yikes. If a medium tank is able to take out a harvester, then that means it has been sitting there for quite some time. But yeah, once again it has shifted into Anjew's side a lot right now. 20k ahead for Anjew. With tier 3, an Iron Curtain. And with that amazing demo truck snipe. Maybe it was the demo truck that lagged my stream. The demo truck just killed my fucking stream. Missed the parabombs? Yeah, I saw them fly by, but I don't really think they hit anything. Not sure. Luckily we didn't miss the demo truck, and this might be the GG push here. That is going to end the game. Once again, Anjew has a scout ready there. I think that's the third time that he put a scout there after it died. So nice that he trained himself in a way that when it dies, just immediately send a scout over there again. It's very important in these longer games. That mammoth tank has been in defense mode for a long time, and there is a GG push. Like I talked about, this is probably going to do it. The entire main base is just going to vanish in front of our eyes, or being sold in front of our eyes. That also works. Same result in the end. And even though he doesn't really lose key structures here because he still has multiple. And another demo truck just straight onto that expansion, and there's another demo truck just coming in. We are just seeing demo trucks being spanned over and over. Yup, that's the power of Ukraine right there. That demo truck is going to deal massive damage as well. Hello. This is me. Wow, holy shit. And into an Iron Curtain push to finish it off. Okay. Alright. Points for creativity right there, my friend. Jesus.
Battle control terminated.